Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The concept security makes me sometimes wonder why the more security institutions that we have in the world, the more discussion and conferences that we have about security in the world, the less security we do have in the world. Why our world is actually very insecure at this moment in time. One of the most important issues that I would like to derive from our region, from this region of the Mashriq, from the Mediterranean region, is the concept of amn. Security, the word amn in Arabic, it means security. It is translated like that, amn. But the word amn in Arabic is derived from the word iman, which means faith. Aman, which means tranquility and peace. To a large extent, it seems to me that the concept of security of today, as we understand it, is embedded in immediacy, in lack of association with morality, and devoid from any philosophical depth. It has become a tool of expression of power rather than a tool of establishing balance in our societies and dignity for our humans. This region has taught us as well that we have never had a concept of genocide. The first time this region witnessed a genocide was when we encountered the Crusaders in the 13th century, 12th century. Then the Mughals. Always when there is a foreign invasion or alien culture that comes into this region, we encounter a concept of genocide. Why we don't have that concept? Because this region, over thousands of years, has told the world that coexistence is a natural way of life. It is part of the DNA. Part of our DNA, the DNA of our civilization, and the DNA of all our cultures. When Europe expelled the Jews in the 15th century and the 16th century, the only place that welcomed them was actually this part of the world, from Morocco until Istanbul. That was normal. It was not seen something unique or different. Why? Because this is a region that was born out of diversity and coexistence, and cultures, religions, civilizations, thoughts and ideas and philosophies and the prophets existed here for millenniums without any kind of contradiction. Right now, we are losing this. Why are we losing this? Because the Western-centric approach to the concept of power that tried to institutionalize and internationalize something devoid from the wisdom of nations and the diversity of a human being has led us to a moment where all of us are actually struggling in order just to live, struggling only to find peace in our immediate families and homes. While we are witnessing a genocide in Gaza and witnessing a total collapse of the international system and the international law and the international institutions, and we don't know what the next few years is going to introduce to us, I would like to say we are missing a lot. We are missing, but also at the same time, we have an opportunity to rebuild something authentic, something moral, something that introduced to us security with justice, security with dignity, and introduced to us security with wisdom. Without that, we will continue to struggle and we will continue to face a crisis after another. The other concept I would like to talk to you about today is the concept of humiliation. This part of the world is going through one of the worst experiences of humiliation that the humanity has ever witnessed. Since this is a land that introduced to the world civilizations and cultures and religions, and centers of civilization in this part of the world, from Baghdad to Damascus to Jerusalem to the rest of the capitals of this world, right now is humiliated. And the concept of humiliation is a result of the tyranny of the immediacy of power that we are witnessing. Yes, you could be victorious at this moment in time if you use the most sophisticated weapons in the world, or the most brutal force to destroy and kill. But that is not the end of the story. China today is rising, and in every strategic discourse China used during the last century, it did invoke the concept of humiliation, the century of humiliation that started in 1839 after the Opium War. The Chinese were humiliated, and that was used as a fuel to start and to resume a rise in power. We are humiliated. And when we see on the screen what's happening in Gaza and what is happening everywhere else in this region, we feel that we are humiliated. And this humiliation is going to introduce a lot to the future. It might not be seen at this moment in time, but definitely it is going to affect the future to a large extent. So therefore, security is not about winning today. Security is about establishing a future based on real justice, based on concepts that generations who are witnessing the humiliation right now will definitely build something much better than their ancestors. The world of today is very dangerous, and the world of tomorrow might be very dangerous as well. The task of our agencies, of our institutions, of our philosophers, intellectuals, governments, is to build a future based on sound foundations. Build it based on something solid that could really create security as in amn, security as in peace, security as in tranquility, and security as in faith. Thank you very much, and I hope next year the world will be really much more secure than now. Thanks.